I'm going to tell you exactly how you can build your self-esteem and know that you are worthy, good enough, and deserving. I'm going to tell you all of the actions that I took to really like, love, and value myself, and how doing that shifted my mindset in order for me to obtain everything I prayed and hoped for in life. So if you feel like you're not enough or you are constantly doubting yourself, here's the formula on how you can change that. Let's get to it. Today I want to talk about how to build your self-esteem. Because if I'm honest, building self-esteem really is a gradual process that involves taking actionable steps in your everyday life. Because let's be real, for many of us that do have high self-esteem, we still have days that we don't feel our best, or we have situations that may happen that make us feel not worthy of value. So, as a disclaimer, there is no solution that is a cure-all for everyday high self-esteem, but there is a solution for how to get self-esteem and maintain it. So the first thing I would advise is that you practice self-compassion. Practicing self-compassion is being kind to yourself. It's stopping the negative talk to yourself and acknowledging that you will make mistakes and that it is okay. As women, we beat ourselves up so much when we don't meet the world's expectations and even our own expectations. The person that we talk to and listen to the most is ourselves. So we have to be mindful of what we're feeding our own mind, body, and spirit. I recommend that you start your day with scriptures and positive affirmations that reinforce your worth and abilities. This is something that I do every morning. And when I don't do it, my day pays for it and my self-esteem. If you would like to have something at your fingertips for you to use every day, you can follow my Instagram account that I'll link in the description box because I put out daily encouragement on there. My next advice is to make some goals. And when you reach them, celebrate your success. Now, I know you probably hear the suggestion to make goals a lot, but it's because sometimes we get all of these ideas, thoughts, and goals inside of our head, and that's exactly where they stay. I know for me, it happens a lot. But if you take the time to actually sit down and write them down, you won't forget them, and then you can actually implement a plan to work towards them. And until you reach those new goals that you plan for, you can always celebrate your past successes and achievements until you reach the new ones. Sometimes you have to be your biggest cheerleader and encourage yourself. And that brings me to my third piece of advice. Seeking divine value, because I know sometimes it can be hard to encourage yourself. And you can't always rely on external validation. You definitely can't put your worth or your value in material things, a mate, or even your children, because if one day it all disappears, so will who you are as a woman. I know for me, my faith in God teaches me that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So I have that to rely on when I have those days that I am doubting myself or my efforts. I recommended previously to start your day with scriptures and affirmations, and that's because when you can't find the words to encourage yourself, they are there for you in the Word of God. When you continuously read how much you are loved and valued by God, it can and will strengthen your self-esteem. It will also help you to see yourself as worthy and important. I can't stress enough that we are all here on this earth for a purpose and persons. What I mean by that is there is someone else on this earth that needs you. And I'm not just talking about your significant other, your kids, or your elderly parents who may need you. But it is someone or people that may not even know you yet, or that you may not even know yet. Your presence here in this world matters. And if nobody has told you that before, know that I'm telling you that now. My next recommendation is to surround yourself with positive influences. And I would say that this is more mandatory than it is recommended, because spending time with people who uplift and encourage you is so important to our growth as humans in every area of our life. At one point in my life, I was around a lot of people that I incorrectly called friends. And when I was no longer the one encouraging them and found myself needing the encouragement, they were nowhere to be found. And to be honest, it's no fault of theirs. It was my fault because I chose and allowed them to be in my life. We have to take responsibility for the company we keep and know that the saying that your mom probably told you when you were younger, birds of a feather flock together, is very true. I've also heard that if you hang around four broke people, you're probably the fifth one. So you definitely have to be selective about the company you keep. I'm not saying everyone around you has to be perfect, making money or whatever, but you want to make sure that you have a healthy balance of people around you that motivate you, encourage you, and that are doing the things you would like to do. And that will also push you towards becoming the person that you know God created you to be. My next advice would be to take care of your body. Not only does taking care of your body help you look good, but you physically take care of your body with things like exercise, massages, spa days, eating healthy, and getting enough sleep. All these things can improve your mood and help to reduce anxiety, which overall helps you feel better about yourself. It makes it very hard to look in the mirror and believe in yourself if you're not taking pride in your appearance, or if you're unhealthy and overweight, or if you're always tired. So you have to invest in yourself and know that confidence and self-esteem go hand in hand when it comes to taking care of your temple, also known as your body. I would also recommend that you practice gratitude and start journaling if you don't already. There is not much that you will hear me talk about in my videos that doesn't involve journaling, because I absolutely love to journal. And I believe that if you don't have anyone to talk to, journaling will fix that for you. Practicing daily gratitude helps to keep your mind and focus on what you have versus what you don't have. It doesn't hide or get rid of your problems, but it does allow you to not wallow in your problems and spend so much time with negative thought. If you don't know anything else, you know that spending an excessive amount of time indulging in troubles and negative thinking does nothing good for you. So think of things that you are grateful for and write them down in a journal. One of my favorite journals was a gift to me from my sister. This journal has a place to write the things you are grateful for, as well as things on your heart. It has prayer requests, highlights from your day, and my favorite part is an area that allows you to write down your answered prayers. I'll leave my affiliate link for you in the description box if you're interested in purchasing this journal, because I promise you, you will love it. And if this one is not one you want, just make sure you get one. Next is to set boundaries. And this one has a lot to do with building self-esteem. I know you're wondering how, and that's because learning to say no and standing up for yourself is a trait from someone who has good self-esteem and values their worth. So many times we lack the self-esteem that we need to have because we're convinced that the way to keep people around us and to be happy is to be yes women. We say yes when we know we don't have the time. We say yes when we know we really don't have the strength or energy. And we say yes even when we know darn well we just simply don't want to do something. And I say we on purpose because I've been guilty of this too. But we have to recognize that learning to set boundaries and saying no is necessary and will help us to avoid burnout, resentment, and thinking that our needs and limitations don't matter. Because all of this will lead to low self-esteem and put you in a place where you don't have the confidence you need to stand up for yourself and say no. This next one you probably have never heard of before when it comes to building your self-esteem, but that's to volunteer or help others. This can actually help in many areas of your life, including your self-esteem. I've always been told that if you can't do something for yourself, do it for someone else and it'll help you feel better. Giving back and helping others is not only a selfless thing to do, but it can also improve your mood. Volunteering and helping others helps to give you a sense of purpose in life and can do wonders for your self-esteem because it allows you to see the positive impact that you can have on others, like I discussed before. This can be as grand as sitting with the elderly in a retirement home if you no longer have your grandparents to sit with, or something as simple as donating some of your good quality items to a shelter for women and children. My last advice would be to seek therapy or counseling. Sometimes we can't manage our emotions and feelings on our own, and we need the additional help. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing this, and I actually recommend that you do so even if you're not feeling like you have a problem with your self-esteem. The best solution to a problem is always prevention. So don't feel like something is wrong with you because you're seeing a therapist or need to see one. Therapy can provide the tools and support that is needed to build your self-esteem and to help address any underlying issues that may be contributing to your low self-esteem that you may not realize for yourself. I do recommend that you do your research and check reviews before deciding on a particular therapist. And if you choose one that you feel doesn't quite fit well with your needs, don't feel like you have to stay with that one. You can always change and find one that you feel more confident with that suits your needs. I hope that this video was helpful and that you consistently incorporate some or all of these tips and advice into your daily life, because they really will help you to build a stronger sense of self-esteem. And please comment below which one of these tips that you need to do more of, because even if you have high self-esteem, we always need to have something that helps us to keep it. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe so that I can help you in the next video.